It is much better day today. It is day 6. We've just arrived here and I'm shooting another video just to show the work that we've done yesterday, because yesterday's video sound didn't work for some reason. So we're gonna go in. We've done some demolition work yesterday and we have demolished, well, we're in the progress of demolishing the wall in the reception, where we are going to build another heating wall. And so we've demolished an old part of the heating wall and an old fireplace that used to be here. So the whole reception looks like this now. So one of these walls will be completely rebuilt with new foundations underneath the chimneys and underneath the fireplaces. We've got some bricks that we are going to reuse, like these bricks, they're very good. Rubble, we are going to close potholes in the road, and this rubble we are going to break apart and use in the foundations. So Raina's worked really hard yesterday separating all this stone, bits of, I don't know, bits of metal in there and bricks and everything, and putting everything in a nice pile. So where Andres worked, we've got some bricks still lying around, but this is going to be cleared today. We can't really work very long in here because we can't get any masks in the shop and it's really dusty, so we just try to limit our exposure to the dust because it's really not very healthy. So we are going to so this ceiling is gonna go, and the sawdust that I am collecting now is lying on top of that ceiling. So when Andres is going to take the ceiling off, because he needs to rebuild the ceiling just to make it stronger. I can't show you better. I hope you see it because the windows are covered at the moment and I can't open them for some reason. So we're now going to go upstairs I'll show you the amount of sawdust that's left to be collected today, and I'm really hoping to finish it off today because it's really dusty and you can't work without a mask. So I'm going to put 3 masks on today because yesterday I only put 1 and I think you need 3 to actually breathe, and I've got difficulties breathing now. So this half of the floor is left to be cleared of the sawdust. It's quite a large area yesterday that we've cleared. Ben helped me a lot. We've got our technique clearing the sawdust now, and now this just needs to be brushed. The bags behind me, it's over 100 bags of sawdust that we've collected. We are going to reuse that as well, so probably partially we can put this in the garden, or Andres was going to mix this up with some sand and some ashes, and he was going to reuse this again, some of it as insulation, because he read somewhere that is eco-friendly material. So obviously we have concerns about fire resistance and everything because this is a sawdust, but because it's going to be mixed up with the sand, so and then we've got a layer of sand on top, then layer of sawdust, then layer of sand again, so hopefully it's not going to cause any problems as far as fire resistance is concerned. Especially, well, this place hasn't burned down in the past like 50 or 100 years as it stood, and this is the way insulation used to be done before. So we've sort of created a little kitchen area here. It's quite dirty, but it's fine. So we take everything inside overnight, because we don't know whether we'll be coming the next day, and people just like to take stuff that they think they don't belong to anyone. It's much better day today. It's not that windy. Yesterday it was just blowing crazily, and we couldn't get the fire going for about half an hour because it was just getting blown off. So Reynolds is getting the fire going today, and Andres is unloading the car. We've taken these metal poles out as well, and they're about 1.5 meters deep in the ground, and we are going to create a little time capsule later on, so we can dig it out at some point later in the future, so we can remind ourselves what it used to be like, and what work we did in here, and so on. Overall, we feel that things are moving along a very good way, and hopefully Andrew's got a plan of works and we're trying to adhere to it. Doesn't matter if we like it or not. So we're trying to work every day for about 6 or 7 hours, and given the fact that we all working in here, we kind of sit down for lunch, break up for lunch, and have breaks, 15-20 minute breaks. It means that we're actually putting in about 20 hours of work every day to get things going, but we can't do anything, we can't do less than that. We've got a hand wash area in here. So the way it works is just a bottle with off top. You put water in there, and then you unscrew the tap here, and then water starts dripping. We've got a little soap bar here where you can just sort of wet your hands and then use the water to wash it off. I'm going to show you the loo, which we haven't actually used because nobody wants to go in there in case it collapses, but I'll show you anyway. My original idea was to paint it so it doesn't look that ghastly inside, but all our paint that I bought in Wilkinson's £1 a jar, 5-litre jar, got on sale. It's still in England, so, and paint is really expensive here, so we haven't actually done anything with this. So the building itself is okay. And inside it's also okay. We've got a nice, I think the only white thing in there is a toilet bowl, and it's just a dry toilet, so I'm not going to remove the lid obviously, so you can guess, but you can guess what's in there. Oh, we've got a brush, a little brush that's probably for used to remove spiders. I think if we've actually cleared that just taken all the cobwebs and everything, it would look okay to be used in an emergency, but so far we've been avoiding using it. There is a little shed that stood here, I don't know, for about 20 or 30 years, and we're banned going inside because it's in the danger of collapsing. So it's got a tree growing out of it, so it's going to be demolished at some point. Andrew's got a lot of trees down to free up space, because this space he's going to use to build a storage for wood that we are going to use for heating in winter. And some part of this area just behind, so this is the apple tree. It's got produces really tasty apples that are ready in about September time, and we are going to use the area that is behind this apple tree. I'm just going to quickly show you it. it's overgrown at the minute because our lawnmower broke, so we can't cut the grass. So this area here, which is a reasonable patch, I can't really say how big this is, but it is quite large. So we're going to use this as an allotment because we've got apples here, we've got cherry trees just behind those trees that produce really nice sour cherries, not sweet cherries but sour cherries, and there is a field just behind it that belongs to us, but Randus is renting it out at the minute to a farmer who grows some beans in there at the minute. So the behind of the house here is going to be extended, not all of it but some bits of it where this wall is. It is going to be extended and we're going to make a new staircase and an extension of the toilet, a pantry area and a bathroom. So that's little tour finished. We have a massive protected oak growing, so that is that massive tree. We think it's over 100 years old, and our original plan was to get it cut, obviously not the whole thing but some of it, which if we start doing this, we'll probably need to spend about a week doing this, and we haven't got that this time now, so we've decided not to do anything with this time, and we'll probably pay attention to this some point in the future, but not now, because what we're trying to do now is to get as much work done on the house as possible, as the weather is still okay and it's holding, and we need to pay attention to the roof and some structural foundations and everything. So that's a quick tour of today. I'll post some new videos at some point in the future, but that's the plan for today. Thank you. Bye.